Hello and welcome back to my Let's Build series. Today we're going to be continuing with the build. Last time we left the Coliseum, how you can see it in front of you, but this time we're going to be trying to close the loop. We're going to be trying to finish off the main structure at least, so that we have our big loop, and maybe we'll add some extra bits, some extra details towards the end, but the main goal is to get that loop finished. The first thing that I started to do was to outline these very large semicircles. The semicircles allowed me to map out where I was going to have my different levels, my raised levels of seating areas. And for this half of the Coliseum, I was going to go with a 2-block increase in height per level, rather than a 1-block increase, which you can see on the other side of the Coliseum in my previous videos. Mapping out these semicircles took a long time, because you have to make sure that you get the curves right on both sides, and they can easily go wrong if you get the pattern wrong. I just used a circle generator that I found on the web. It's very easy to Google it and find the circles that you want, and then type in the specific heights or widths that you want, and it will show you a circle, and then you can just make it. So in this little clip, what you can see me doing is adding some extra blocks to the bottom of this half of the inner ring of the Coliseum. That's just to make everything even at the bottom and to link everything up. I'm just going to let you enjoy the music for a little bit while I continue to build this sloped seating area. It's pretty simple what I'm doing, and hopefully you can see that as I stagger it to make it taller and then fill in the bits, we get these lovely steps forming. After I had finished the steps, I wanted to make this half of the Coliseum look a bit more fancy, look a bit more special. What I wanted to do was to add some form of terrace to this half of the Coliseum, so have another tier of seating, like you would find at a theatre if you were going to a musical production. This clip shows me adding in the first layer or the first step of my terraced area. At this point I was just dipping my toes in the water, just seeing what it looked like, and here are a couple of shots just to show what it looks like with this first bit. Now I've started to expand upon things and to bring out my layers more so that there's a few more sort of steps for the seating areas. I'm going to take this backwards probably as well, but we're not doing that right now. Right now we just want to see that it looks good as it comes over the front. And again, there's some more shots and one from the inside this time as well. So here are the beginnings of our terrace. At the moment I haven't built the outside walls for the rest of this half of the Coliseum, so I haven't been able to link this terrace with the outside walls in the proper way that I wanted to, so we'll get round to that next episode. But for now, we're going to move on. We're going to look at the big tower in the middle and how we can change it and make it look a bit more interesting. So next, I decided to do the thing I love most about doing Let's Builds in games. And that is the part where you can just go crazy, where you can just start building roofs, details, wood, white blocks, whatever I wanted. I was just throwing it at the build and seeing what I got. So I circled round to the other side and I started to get a little bit more intricate with my designs. I made some little platform areas that I thought some guards could be stood on, or just for the niceness of going outside and feeling the high up air on your face, I don't know. But you know, I was adding in all these crazy structure areas just to make the thing look busy, because it's going to go quite high into the air and I just didn't want flat boring walls on the side. I got a little distracted here, so I'm just going to quickly interrupt my building of the large middle tower by telling you that I outlined these other towers at the side because it was bothering me that the terrace was standing taller than they were, so I wanted to make the framework taller to show how tall they'd roughly be. And now we're back on the tower working on the walkways and the platforms and the roofs that I mentioned before. Here's a look at what this tower area looks like now that we've worked on it, and now we're going to be moving to a shot of the entire Coliseum so you can see what we've done this episode. So I thought this was a pretty decent shot for showing you the kinds of things I've worked on in this episode and showing you the sort of scale and the way things are looking now in the Coliseum. I'm happy with how things are going, but we still have so much more to do and so much more to add and so many more ideas in my head to start thinking about placing into the build. As we sort of have the main structure down now, aside from the outer walls of the other half of the Coliseum, you may just be able to notice down in the left that there are no walls there, but once we've added those, the main structure of the Coliseum should be basically finished, which means we can just start going around adding all of our details, our fabric, our wood scaffolding, our white blocks and our windows and everything we need to start making this Coliseum really come alive with detail. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, I'll see you next time.
Bears and Lowgy.